That big purple box next to the stage is in fact a restroom, just like it says, but we ask that you not use it during the show. There are 2 other restrooms here in the building. You're welcome to use at any time. If you go out the door you can, or the way you came in through the curtains, and take a left and go down that hallway, you'll see a stairway going up, and that leads you to a restroom on the 2nd floor. Or if you just continue into the store, then take a left and go past the ukuleles and the banjos and dobros and all that. Follow the twinkly lights, and at the back of the store, you'll find another restroom. You're at a special show tonight because this is part of Artichoke Music and Portland Music Month, and you are entered in a contest, whether you know it or not. And the contest is something you really want to be entered into. Back by Steve, where you came in, who took your tickets, there's a poster on the wall that's got a QR code. Before you leave tonight, take your iPhone and scan that QR code, and that will enter you in the contest. And you really want to be entered in this because the grand prize is a 1974 MG Midget convertible roadster. The second prize is 2 first-class Delta round-trip tickets to anywhere in the United States or Canada. And the third prize is a brand new e-bike. And the more shows you go to over the month, even though we're not toward the end of the month, so it may be a little difficult. But by clicking on that tonight, you get your 1 entry for attending 1 show. If you want to attend other shows around the area, there are other shows being done through the rest of the weekend at other venues. You can get additional entries, because if you go to 2 shows, you get 4 entries. And if you were somehow to go to 6 shows, you get 36 entries. So your odds go up the more shows you've gone to. We're at the end of the month, you might have to get real busy real quick. Anyway, so that's what's going on, and that money, the donation you made tonight by buying the ticket, was a couple of bucks extra, is going to support independent musicians all over Portland area with grant money to help them survive and create and perform, which are places here like Artichoke. So that's enough talking by me. Now, this is special because these ladies just got off the airplane a couple days ago from Australia. Their first time playing in the United States. Please welcome Great Aunt.
Thank you. Thank you so much. How are you all? Are you well? Great. If I could just say, Australia doesn't know how to do prizes like that. We have a thing called a meat tray. It's like a raffle prize where you get a tray of sausages and steaks.
She's not making this up.
It's not a roadster. It's not it's not Delta. It's not flights. So
it's a lady that comes around with tickets and bullies you to buy.
Yeah, you get a tray of meat, which is pretty good.
To carry around with you for the rest of the night.
Yeah,
and take home.
It gets pretty warm by the end of the night. So if you win that roadster, great for you. But thank you for contributing. Thank you for coming. This is our first opportunity to play in the US. It's been a couple of years in the making, and I'll speak slowly so you can understand us. Our accents are a source of much mirth. We came to play folk music, but we're actually just researching a sitcom called Australians Being Misunderstood in Stores in Portland. It's going well so far.
Chelsea needs to do the overdubs.
I do.
I'm harder to understand, apparently.
Megan's from the south of Australia and I'm from the north. I don't know whether that relates or translates to how you're understood in the States, but we call it the United States of Awesome. So it's for us to set the tone for the evening and, for our set, not for the wonderful, wonderful Mary Flower, who we just really, really appreciate having the opportunity to hear tonight. But this is how it's going to go for the next 45 minutes. This is a song called It's All Downhill From Here.
Wrote a letter to my love, but they won't even know I'm gone. some days, for I missed it all. They won't know that I'm gone. This ticket is a one-way fare. It always was downhill from here. I lost your gaze and your hand. You don't know the half of it. You waited here in wooden seats. Yours was there right next to me. I'm sitting here in the line. There's still a place, but not for long. There's something else to take your mind off the life that we had. Been waiting there while you roam. Wrote a letter to my love, but they won't even know I'm gone. It'll be some days before I miss it all. They won't know that I'm gone. I lost your gaze and your hand. You don't know the half of it.
Thank you, folks. Thanks very much. It's a song about forgetting and being forgotten. So Megan's aunt sort of succumbed to early onset dementia. So it was a reflection on what it is to forget and be forgotten by a loved one, which is, as much as we make it out to be a joke at the start. So we'll continue with something a bit older, one of the first songs that Megan wrote for Great Aunt. We say aunt, you say aunt.
And we say Megan instead of Megan. We like to hold on to our E's back home.
There's a lot of E's in Australia.
But feel free to call me Megan. My dad does. He's a Scotsman, so I'm used to it. And it seems a little bit more civil. I don't know.
This is a song about being on the road, about having your van break down a lot.
Our van didn't even make it to the last couple of festivals we played back home. And we still got to pay the bill for that. And
Is that why we're over here now?
Yeah. Which wasn't really the smartest choice, because the Australian dollar to the US dollar is it hurts. Ouch! I think when sorry, I can't coordinate
You can talk.
myself.
You can play and sing.
Can I?
Play and sing. Play and talk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Australian dollar right now is really hurtful.
So this is a song called My Last Dime, but we're going to call it My Last 71 cents to the dollar.
Oh, to those who never found home, they will be long forgotten. Thank you, Lord, for finding my darling. She will be reason for dying. So my soul, my small fortune, you can't blame a girl for trying. My last
71 cents in the dollar.
flowers laid to rest on your coffin.
Thank you very much, folks. Appreciate it.
At least with singing, I'm easier to understand. I'm trying to speak really slow right now.
You are speaking quite slowly right now.
At least with singing, I'm easier to understand because we pick the universal accent for singing our style of music, which is, of course, American.
A very vague and broad.
So maybe I should just always sing when I'm trying to communicate with people. Yeah. Ooh, I'm not sure how I feel about that now that it's out there, but yeah. So this song, it sounds sad. It sounds a bit aggressive, maybe. I don't know. Sound a bit bluesy, swampy. It's actually about positivity.
We like that strange dichotomy of sad things that are actually about happy things.
And I promise you, any of our happy-sounding songs are actually really devastating.
Very sad things. So this is our reflection on optimism and positivity and how very lucky we are. It's especially after the last couple of years, which is, I'm certain, has been as tough for you as it has been for us in Australia. This is called Head Up.
Head up, girl, you don't cry no more. Now life is good and the water it flows. And the water it flows. Stand up, girl, and hold your head up high. Get the sun on your face and let them tears dry. And the water it flows. Move on, girl, 'cause there's no wind. With your glass half full, you got more than them. And the water it flows. And the water it flows to the river mouth. Wash your hands clean, lay your burdens down. And the water it flows. Hey, hey, oh yeah, yo. 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 Hey, oh yeah, yo.
Thank you very much, folks. It's called Head Up. So we'll continue with, this is an older song, and maybe it's fitting that we play this. We wrote this at a point about 3 years ago where we were planning our very first US trip, a tour, a chance to play. And for various administrative and red tape reasons, and some of our own...
You didn't realise that once you get the visa, you actually have to then go get the visa. It's a really weird process.
There's a part 2 to being
like
approved
you're told you
for
got
the
it,
visa.
but then you got to go get it and get it again.
Yeah.
And sit another interview
And so we missed out because there was a 9-month appointment wait list. So in Australia at the Melbourne
to just
US
pick
consulate,
it up, just to pick it up,
which was 4 weeks out from when we were supposed to go. So long story short, we stayed in Australia, and
but we'd sublet our house to someone else, and we didn't want to put them out.
Well, not even sublet, just said to a friend who was coming to live in the US.
Oh, they live in Seattle now, and they're living the life. Like, good for them.
Yeah, and so we're not bitter about this at all. This is not unresolved issues making their way out on stage right now. We're very happy that it played out the way that it did, because look where we are now. So we found ourselves really without anywhere to live for a little while, but we're very lucky in that Megan's folks have a caravan, a trailer, in a very lovely little regional town in Victoria, which is the state where we live, near Melbourne. Melbourne is within Victoria. So this town called Freeburg is at the base of a very lovely snowy mountain called Mount Hotham. And there's nothing in this town of Freeburg except a caravan park. And so we went...
You don't even have to slow down to go past.
It's one of those speed trap towns.
No, it's not even a speed trap.
It's not a speed trap town.
Because you don't have to slow down, literally.
You can do...
You can, as we call it in Australia, you can just fang it right past.
You can fang it.
That's like when you go and just keep going, don't slow down.
You can do...
Fang it.
60 miles an hour. When we're trying to work out how fast we're going when we're doing miles, we're still not quite sure.
I'm very confused when Google Maps tells me you've got 1,000 feet to turn right. I'm like, what? What's feet?
What's a feet? We do know. We're feigning ignorance. So we stayed in Freeburg for about 5 or 6 weeks, and we wrote a lot of music. We drank a lot of whiskey down by the banks of the Ovens River, and we befriended our resident family of plovers. Now, I was trying to figure out whether you guys would know what a plover is. You have plovers in the US, but you don't have the special kind of plover that Australia has. We have the world's stupidest bird.
Naturally.
It's called the masked lapwing, or plover.
It basically looks like a bird that was drawn for an episode of The Simpsons, in my mind. It's got a yellow face.
Imagine a wading bird with Jim Carrey's haircut from Dumb and Dumber. And a
brown suit.
That's
what they literally look like.
And they lay their eggs. If I were a plover, I would lay my eggs in
like
right here on the stage, or just right in the middle of your table.
Actually, no, right at the entrance at the door, because that's safe, and at least I can keep an eye on everyone coming.
Their theory is that it's conspicuous. They'll see the predator coming, but our resident family of plover got eaten by foxes while we were there. So. This is
Didn't work out, did it?
Our little homage to a place that was like a second home for us for a while. More broadly, maybe something you can relate to. It's about loving where you're at, even if it's not exactly where you thought you were going to be.
Whiskey birds hail my heart. Lovers cry from dawn till dark. The lights go out from time to time, but the campfire's lit, so we're just fine, just fine. With eggs and beans, potato hash, and coffee pot as black. I'm so wound up from city life, but now we're here with naught but time, remember you like a bitter cold, my halfway home. The quiet birds you used to hear, sweeter, deeper than a river. There's not much else than just to be. And sit and think and sit and think and sit. Feel a bit more right here to at my feet, endless river. I couldn't be without your love. I feared I might never be enough, my dear, my dear. I remember you like a bitter cold. I remember you, my halfway home. Evergreen, my halfway home.
Thanks very much, folks. Thank you. So yesterday we went to Guitar Centre, and this was one of the Australians being misunderstood in shops in Portland. Our first misunderstoodness. We were looking to buy a thing called a stomp box, and apparently they're less common in Australia than less common in the US, than in Australia. So a stomp box is just a hollow box, a resonating box that you can stomp on. So we have a local friend in the audience. Elvis from Guitar Centre has come to partake in the novelty of the Australian accents. We're really grateful, Elvis. Thanks for coming to hear our music. In the absence of a stomp box, I'm just going to stomp on the floor. Or actually, I'm going to
You're gonna do that.
hit the bass. So this is a song that would ordinarily have a stomp in it, but if you like to stomp on the floor and clap along, you're most welcome. We'd love it.
You know what's really confusing right now for me? And maybe it's just the jet lag setting in, but we usually do this song back home with a dollar bill, but I was getting confused because I had all this other money in my pockets that was American as well, and I'm like, I don't know what's what at this point.
I think any of those things would do. So Johnny Cash used to do this. He did this on Get Rhythm, I believe, in the absence of money to pay a drummer. I, as a drummer,
was deeply offended.
No, I wasn't deeply offended. It's Johnny Cash. How could you be offended? So we'll do a song called Tell Me When It's Over. This is one of the first songs that Megan wrote for Great Aunt. And it's about doing better for each other, about looking out for the people in your world, especially in an epidemic of mental ill health and the difficult times that we find ourselves in. So join us with a stomp and a clap if you feel inclined. 1, 2, 3.
Time will tell us when it's over, the quicker it comes. For some others, there's no omen, only morning means nothing at all, except for their lovers. Told my brother I can't go on. I found failure every corner I turn. There's no purpose
and hope is long lost, and there's no kindness in strangers no more. It's a funeral and it's a farce. I found faith in nothing, there's no trust. Say a prayer for me, for I'm lost. See each other for what we are. Time will tell us when it's over, the quicker it comes. For some others, wake and wonder, congregating together for loss. We should do better. Drop your armor, let down your guard. Never feel warmer against two beating hearts. Drop your armor, let down your guard. Never feel warmer against two beating hearts.
Thank you, folks. It's called Tell Me When It's Over. There's a lovely clip for that on YouTube, actually. If you type Great Aunt into YouTube, you'll find our channel. And we have a friend who's a really wonderful director and cinematographer, filmmaker. And she's made us a couple of lovely film clips. And that one features, we were telling Mary earlier, she mistook this wonderful actress for a member of our band. We wish. She's a beautiful...
We have a rule, is that the video clip is going to be good so long as we're not in it.
Yep, we are not in this video clip. But it's a lovely narrative piece, and it features a wonderful Nigerian-Australian actress called Andrea Solange, and she's someone of note over there. She's wonderful. So, and she's in a second one of our clips too, which is very lucky for us. So, we'll continue with something that we wrote. I think it's inevitable that every musician has a pandemic song now. Or 2 or 3 or 7.
We call them lockdown songs.
Lockdown songs. Were you guys under stay-at-home orders at any point in the last few years? Was that true in Portland? Yeah. Everywhere in the US? Yep. We were in Melbourne, which is one of the
we hold the record, unfortunately.
Yeah, for one of the world's most locked down cities in terms of duration.
262 days.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah, that's why we're a bit iffy, right? That's why we're a bit odd.
We cracked in those.
Yeah. I blame lockdown for my state.
Yeah. We had we lived in a very lucky situation. In spite of that, we were sort of government supported, and there were good things about it. We sat around in our tracksuits for 267 days, watched a lot of Netflix, and we wrote some music. And this is a love letter to where we were living at the time, on a very lovely is not the correct word.
No, it wasn't real. I mean, the neighbours weren't good.
Yeah, it's on the rougher side of Melbourne. So the street is called Barwon Avenue, and this is a little bit about the feeling of Groundhog Day that we had for about 267 days. Shelter in place and write some music.
And we wrote one song in that whole time, right?
Yes, this is the sole opus of 267 days.
I said I'll start tomorrow, whenever that is, 'cause today's like the last one, and the one after that, and the one after that. I pray that it is not at all like this. I've got a long list, but there ain't nothing real to do. Forgot who I was, well, adding more before I even knew. 'Cause today's like tomorrow, it never really ends. Didn't think it'd be much at all like this. Getting dressed up, baby, with nowhere to go. It's another day away from everything we love. So I pour another drink, and I hope it's the last one for me. Get your good shoes on, baby. We're gonna dance up a storm. The porch lights are waiting for our private disco. So I pour another drink, and I hope it's the last one like this. Said I'll start tomorrow, whenever that is.
Thank you very much. It's called Bowen Avenue. I'd just like to say thanks to Shelley for having us. And thanks to Maylon for doing such a lovely job on sound. We really appreciate you. And Gary as well on vision. And Braden behind the bar. Thank you, folks. We really appreciate being made to feel so welcome. There is...
When we sent the message asking if we could have a gig from all the way down from Melbourne, we're like, well, fingers crossed they'll respond. And they
look
did.
what happened.
Lucky us.
So Megan's going to grab the resonator. This was a gift from Megan's dad, the fiery Scotsman, and who thought that, maybe this requires some preface. Megan used to be a punk guitarist and vocalist, so she was an angry young lass.
I'm pretty calm now.
You've mellowed in your old age.
Yeah, I'm pretty chill.
And I was a jazz drummer, so I think that Megan's dad, in hearing us play folk music, felt like we needed to be a little more rock and roll.
Or
So
as the Australian term is, yeah, nah.
yeah, nah. Yeah. There's a lot of double negatives in Australia. So he gifted Megan this very lovely instrument, and we used it to write a few songs so far. We'll play this first one for you. It's a little bit silly. It's a little bit bluesy and swampy. It's about our unfortunate relationship with social media. I hope that you can't relate to looking at social media thinking that it's real. It's a trap. Real life is much more messy and interesting. So this song is called FOMO. FOMO, it means fear of missing out.
slipping, sliding down. Waiting, waiting, no one's around. I'm falling deep and down. Empty is my favorite sound. It goes so quick these days. I'm lost in pale white haze. I like to go but need to stay. I like to go. I'm slipping, sliding down. Waiting, waiting, no one's around. I fear I'm missing now.
Thanks, folks. That's Megan Bird on Desi.
I know that my parents were going to try and tune in to the stream this morning for them, their time down in Melbourne. So if Dad's watching, yes, the steel string made it on the flight in one piece. It's all good. This next song is probably one of the next songs we're going to release. It's kind of about all the silly questions that you sometimes get asked as a woman, more specifically in Australia. There's a lot of catcalling and culture in Australia, and maybe it's just because I look a little cranky when I'm walking down the street, but the amount of times I get asked to crack a smile is that's the term down there. Give us a smile or crack a smile, love.
And what better thing to do with a gift from your dad than write a girl power song?
He's proud.
He is very proud. I think he enjoys this song. So
he likes the feisty Scotswoman side of me.
He does. So this was something that we wrote when there was a period, well, there still is a period in the Australian Parliament where women were being treated very badly and are being treated very badly. Lots of awful things happened. There was assault and there was disrespect and various things. And then just our experiences of working in, industries that are sometimes hard for women, particularly in Australia, I think. But we're lucky that we're supported by and have lots of great male friends and allies. But this is kind of a rhetorical question about how we can maybe do better for women, represent a little more, go for real equity as well as equality. It's just reflecting on something called What's a Girl to Do Now?
Why don't you smile just a little bit more? And don't you go around looking like you've been asking for anything more. These ain't my rules, it's just the way And behind every great man's a girl, and wait, it's for your good. And know your place. And tell me what's a girl to do now? What's a girl to do now? Is she too quiet or is she too loud? She's a big girl, queer girl, new girl. It's not allowed, she's been trying just to be seen. But she's still 80 cents in a dollar store. Till you take her at her word. Eyes on her back, how she gonna look forward? She ain't real till she look real good. She ain't worth a cent in a dollar store. Till you take her at her word. Eyes on her back, how she gonna look fine? She ain't real till she look real good. This ain't my rules, it's just the way. And behind every great man's a girl, and wait, it's for your good. And know your place. And tell me what's a girl to do now? What's a girl to do now? What's a girl to do now?
Oh, good. Thank you. We're very glad to hear that you folks like that. That's lovely. So I think-
Sometimes back home that song goes down like a glass sandwich.
Yeah,
That's what we
so-
say.
So we've got 5 minutes. So shall we?
Oh yeah, one more. Yeah.
Well, our songs are about 2 minutes, so we might be able to squeeze in two more. So, but let's do Cruel World and just because Megan's got the Mando ready here, we'll intro these very quickly so we can cede the stage to the wonderful Mary Flower, who we're very, very excited to hear.
We were so
We're
excited when
very,
we were
very-
told about Mary Flower, and then we watched every single video that we could. And then I was like, oh, I need to learn to play guitar a bit better. That's why I have a lot of different instruments to compensate.
What's the saying? Master of all trades? Jack of none. Jack of all trades, master of
that's
none. Master of all trades.
I mean, I like to think it's
Jack
the
of
other way
all
around.
of them. Okay. Here's a very short intro for this song. It's about family. It's about families guiding each other through tough times. It's about diverse families. It's about Megan's family. And it's probably lucky that they're not here too. You know,
I think they're tuning in those.
Oh, are they? Okay, great.
Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. Yeah, it's about my parents backing me up, trying to navigate sometimes a very cruel world. Same with my brother. So, yeah, it's called Cruel World.
My mother, she told me why the world wouldn't want to treat me right. I wondered why, what I had done to deserve this life. My father, for he cried, his little girl was gonna have one hell of a fight. He couldn't hold her hand, was a lesson to learn on her own to make a stand. Oh, cruel world, oh my girl, treat her right. Oh, cruel world.
Thank you, folks. Appreciate it very much. Do we have time for one more, Shelley? Or we have one more? Yep, let's do one more quick one. This is called "Oh Won't You Save Me." It's
It was the last song that we released, and we released it in lockdown. We actually had a whole tour planned for it, and then it all got canned, and then we sort of sat on it for a year, and then we're like, oh, well, we might as well release it. And I'm glad we did, because we released it, we got in contact with some folk DJs in the Pacific Northwest, and they encouraged us to keep going and to come on over. So this is what helped facilitate this tour. So we're really, really grateful for that.
yeah.
If you like what you hear as well, we've got a CD at the back, which we only have available at shows. It's called Great Aunt Plays the Hits of Great Aunt.
Because Simon and Garfunkel got a bit upset when we wanted to play their hits, and
I mean, we toyed with just having it as a blank CD that you could put whatever songs you want, because we don't really have any hits.
we're very DIY. We do our own recording. So our debut album is due for release in 2047. You can pre-order it now. So this is a song about the fact that it's okay to ask for help, and we really appreciate you listening. We've been Great Aunt, and we hope to see you again sometime. This is "Oh Won't You Save Me."
Oh, won't you save me from myself? I've been trying and I need help. My heart's been turning to stone and my eyes are dry. 'Cause I can't cry no more. I keep turning to wine. Oh, I keep turning to wine. Oh God, I've tried. And I keep hurting both you and I. And I've been down thinking about how I might die. My life's burning like a candlelight board, and my heart's fighting 'cause I thought I ought. And I keep turning to wine when there ain't enough water. And I keep turning to wine when my life seems harder. And I keep turning to wine to make it all a bit brighter. When there ain't enough wine, I'll be turning to water. Oh, won't you save me from myself? I've been trying and I need help. One more time and I keep falling from the highest high. And I'll get up now for one last try. I drank my courage and I shot my faith. I'm gonna need some help, oh, if I'm gonna stay. All my days I've been washing away. 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 Oh, won't you save me from myself? I've been trying and I need help. Oh, won't you save me from myself? I've been trying and I need help.
Thanks, folks.
Thank you, folks. You've been Great Aunt. Hope to see you again sometime.
Great Aunt. Welcome to the United States, folks. That was wonderful. Thanks for coming. I know it's been a long plane flight. While you refill your glasses and get ready for Mary Flower, there's one other thing that's going on right now. There's that tip jar that's right up there on the front table that certainly could use your countenance. But there's also a guitar right there on the bar. And that guitar is a special guitar because it is a raffle guitar for this year's Winter Folk Festival, which is happening February 4th at Alberta Rose. That is Tom May and a host of other wonderful musicians, including Kate Power and Steve Einhorn, Tracy Grammer, just all kinds of folks. Now, that guitar is a raffle guitar, handmade by Lawrence Schulte. a wonderful luthier from our area who makes a guitar and donates it every year. And that guitar is being raffled off at Winterfolk for $10 a pop. So if you need a new guitar, it's a beautiful parlor guitar, handmade by Lawrence Schulte. It's $10 per chance. And there are also tickets available online if you still want to go to Winterfolk. The show is almost sold out from what I was told this morning. So there may be 50 to 100 tickets left in the Alberta Rose. And that is happening February 4th. So, see Briggs at the bar. I'm sorry, Braden at the bar. Briggs was there earlier, sorry. Braden at the bar if you want to buy some raffle tickets for that beautiful guitar. And you don't have to be present to win. We'll find you. And that's coming up on February 4th at Winterfolk. Okay, we'll have a short intermission, get your glass refilled, and then we'll be back with Mary Flowers.
to live up to that, huh? How about those great aunts? Aunts. I have never quite seen a drummer like that. Have you? She's beating her chest with her tambourine, and I should hire her. Man, that'd be an act. Yeah. You work for free? Well, I can't imagine being on the road and coming over here and having to go rent a drum. You rented the drum. You rented the bass. Now, see, there's a drum you could have used right up there over the bar. They didn't tell you there was one here, right? Great to hear you guys. Quite a wonderful act. I think I'm loud enough here. Had some hard days out in the pouring rain. Yeah, hard days out in the pouring rain. I didn't have nobody now, ain't that a crying shame? Yeah, hard days, didn't have no place to go. Said hard days, no place to go. That man I was loving put me out in the ice and snow. Hard days, didn't even have a dime. Yeah, hard days, didn't have a dime. I had the blues, could not be satisfied. That was a Muddy Waters tune. What did he know about the rain? You know, I could have taught him a couple of things about the rain. But I sort of changed it around a little bit. Well, I learned a new song for you guys. I hope you appreciate it because it took a lot of work. The one I'm about to play, that is. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Steve Mann, who was around the Bay Area, maybe the 60s, the 70s. The guy, I mean, he was an incredible player, and I've always wanted to learn this tune. And a friend of mine, Paul Jeremiah, used to play it, and I thought, oh, I'll never be able to play it. I think I learned it, but he was kind of a legendary guy because Jorma Kaukonen I think was his roommate, Yorma from Hot Tuna and Jefferson Airplane, used to take lessons from him, which is kind of incredible. And he also played with Janis Joplin just acoustically. He was her accompanist at these coffee houses around the Bay Area. So kind of a legendary fellow. And played all kinds of music. And this is one of his tunes called Holly. Can I have a little bit more guitar, please? And I just found out today, which doesn't make sense when you hear the song, but Holly was a stripper. So there you go. I don't know. Doesn't sound like the kind of song that would be the case, but it is. So. Thank you. Doesn't sound like a stripper song to me, does it to you? I don't know. Yeah, it's a great song. All right. Hey now, baby, where you been when you should have been here with me? There's a cold seat at the head of the table where my coulda, shoulda used to be now. Hey, baby, now, baby, where you been when you should have been home tonight? There's a cold plate of steak and potatoes. What happened to your appetite? There's ice and snow when it's coming down. Bound to get much colder. That ain't nothing compared to your cold shoulder. Hey, baby, where you been when you should have been here with me? There's no fire to keep me warm, and the wood pile's about to freeze. Ah, yes. Hey, baby, I'm blue and all alone since my honey baby took to Rome. I'm a loco fool, I'm out on a limb, just thinking that he might come home now. Hey, baby, I'm howling at the moon, I haven't seen the sun in days. You know, love is blind, I lose my mind when you see me this way. Oh, I got a dog and his name is Bob. He comes when I need him. Bob won't roam, he knows there's a big old bone I'm gonna feed him. That's right. Hey, hey, baby, where you been when you should have been here with me? There's no fire to keep me warm and that wood pile's about to freeze. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. All right. So what did you all do during the pandemic? Well, we were all hiding in our basements and trying to write songs and stay inside. So this is one I wrote called Pandemic Pickin', and it was a good time to just create because there was nothing else to do. I got a couple of pretty good songs out of it. This is one of mine called, it's called Pandemic Picking. It's just a little instrumental. kind of interesting. I have private students who come to my house 2 days a week, and oftentimes they bring an extra guitar and they say, "Can I just leave this guitar here?" And they just park their guitars at my house, and I babysit the guitar. So this is one of those, and it's an interesting thing. There's no real reason that a slide guitar that is played on the lap should have a cutaway. So they obviously had one mold for this. It's a beard slide guitar. And but I think it sounds great, other than the fact that it weighs about 600 pounds. And what's that? Yeah, they do. Let's see here. But the tuning is the best part, really. Got a letter this morning. How do you reckon it read? It said, "Hurry, hurry now, your love is dead." I got a letter this morning. Yes, and how do you reckon it read? Said, "Hurry, hurry now, the man that you love is dead." I packed my suitcase and I took off down the road. Got there and he was laying on the cooling board, and I packed my suitcase. Yes, and I took off down the road. I got there, he was laying on the cooling board. and it seems like 10,000 people in the burying ground. I didn't know that I loved that man till they laid him down. Seems like 10,000 people down at the burying ground. Didn't know I loved him till they laid him in the ground. Got a letter this morning. How do you reckon it read? It said, hurry, hurry now, your love is dead. I got a letter this morning. How do you reckon it read? Hurry, hurry, the man that you love is dead. That's a cheerful little tune, isn't it? I like the song the gals played. They said it was a song about optimism, and it sounded like a death march to me. It's like, whoa, is that the way they do it in Australia? I don't know. That was cool. have to get me a roadie if I'm going to keep playing this thing. The guy that carries you, brings you the perfectly tuned guitar for every song. I'm looking for one. Well, let's see here. Let's see, I think I will play what I call meandering. Meandering to me means all these little pieces of songs that I put down on my phone on the recorder that might just be like a couple of verses or something, instrumentals that I find worthwhile to save, but they're not complete songs yet. So I throw them all into a medley, or a malady, as you might call it. And there'll be a couple of songs here that aren't mine, and you will know both of them. And they're not like songs I would normally play, and you'll know that as well. And in one of the songs, there's a line that I want you all to sing, and you'll know when to do it because I'm going to say, "Sing it now," and you'll know what it is. Especially if you were listening to music in the 70s or late 60s, I guess. Yeah. So these are mostly all songs in the same key, the key of A or A minor. I'm just going to check my tuning. This is a long melody. So put your feet up, have another glass of wine, and I remember when they didn't have tuners and you had to use a tuning fork to tune one string and then tune the rest to that. That was a real pain. Okay, I think that's probably close enough. Okay, well, I guess, let's see, do I need this? No, I don't. Yeah, I do. Okay. Okay, here we go. got to tell you, I've been racking my brain, trying to find a way out. I've had enough of this continual rain. Change is a coming, no doubt. It's been a too long time, no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. Long, lonely time, no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. No peace of mind, so I'm ready for the times to get better. Long, lonely time and no peace of mind, and I'm ready for the times to get better. One long medley. Have I reached my 45-minute time limit? Well, I'm going to ask the sound man. A couple more? Okay, I'll do one more. Let's see. I want to do a song. Well, let's see. What do I want to do? I'll do something. I know what I'll do. Well, now Mama told Papa, be quiet as a mouse. Papa climbed up on top of the house, made a lot of whoopee, made a lot of noise, stood up and cheered with the best of the boys. Baby's in the cradle, brother's gone to town, sister's in the parlor trying on a gown, Mama's in the kitchen messing all around, Papa's on the housetop, he won't come down. Well, the blues they come, the blues they come, and nobody knows where the blues come from. And the blues they go, yes, and everybody happy when the old blues go. Now baby's in the cradle, brother's gone to town, sister's in the parlor trying on the gown, Mama's in the kitchen messing all around, Papa's on the housetop, he won't come down. Well, now Papa saw a chicken out in the yard. He picked up a rock and he hit him hard. He hit him hard and he killed him dead. And now the chicken's in the gravy and the gravy's on the bread. All baby's in the cradle, brother's gone to town, sister's in the parlor trying on the gown, Mama's in the kitchen messing all around, Papa's on the housetop, he won't come down. Papa's on the housetop, he won't come down. Thank you so much. Hey, thanks to Gary for the sound, and Shelley, you're doing a great job here, and Steve, and all the volunteers it takes to put on this music. And come support live music. It's okay now. And if you don't think it's okay, wear your mask, and that's fine too. But please come out and hear live music, especially during this time of the Music Week, Portland Music Week. And I hope you all win a car. That's it for me tonight. Thank you so much for listening. And thanks to Great Aunt. Appreciate it.